Hello, my name is Ian. I'm one of the Sage 200 support team technicians. Today we're just going to go through how to connect Power BI to your Sage 200 Cloud standalone or Sage for Education software. What we'll be doing is we'll be looking over the prerequisites before you start. We'll then look at how to connect to Power BI, which includes installing the Power BI connector and loading the custom report. We'll then look at customizing the Power BI report, and finally we'll finish off with what's next. So just to quickly recap where we were from the last video, we successfully onboarded Office 365 and we'd linked our 365 account to Sage 200 Cloud by going into Settings, Organizational and Financial, and then User Access. We then navigated our way to the API tab and put a tick in the box for User ID, and that's enough to link the Office 365 tenant to Sage 200 Cloud. Now at this point, like I say, you're ready to start using Microsoft Power BI. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install Microsoft Power BI installer. What you'll need to do is click on the cog in the top right hand corner, go to installers, and then install Microsoft Power BI connector. And that literally takes a matter of seconds. You'll see that connector has nestled itself away in your documents folder of the user you're currently logged in as. Every user who wants to use Power BI will have to open up Sage 200 Cloud standalone and install the Power BI connector. And you'll see it in Power BI desktop, custom connectors, and there's your .pqx file. The next thing you'll need to do is you'll need to install the Power BI desktop application. You can use the Power BI free license that comes with your Microsoft 365 subscription. If you want to make the most of what Power BI can do, there is a Power BI premium subscription which does come at an additional cost. So I advise you see the Microsoft website for further details. Finally, what we'll need to do is we'll need to download the Power BI report from the Sage 200 help files. So when you're in the Sage 200 help files, what you can do is you can type in Power BI report in the top right hand corner. You can also access these help files by pressing F1 on your keyboard when you are in Sage 200. Find the option for create Power BI reports. There's a link here right at the top for download Power BI customers report template. At this point, it will ask you to sign in with your Sage ID to allow you to download that, so I'll just do that now. Once you're logged in, that'll bring you to this web page here, and all we'll do is just click on download. So that comes in a .pbit format. So what we can do is we'll just show in folder. And then to get started with the report, all you'll need to do is just double click on the pbit and that'll open up in Microsoft Power BI. So when the report loads, what you'll see is you'll see this screen here first. And it'll ask you to sign in to Sage 200 data source. Now, what you'll need to do at this point is you will need to sign in with the Microsoft 365 email address that you've been set up with previously. So I'll just choose my administrator account. And you'll see that once I've been successfully signed in, it'll say you're currently signed in and we can click connect. And what that'll do now is that'll retrieve all the company information and all the companies that we're actually associated to. So all you'll need to do is just click in this drop down box and you'll see here that we have Sage 200 demo data. So what I can do here is I can select demo data. You've got different agent types for your transactions. You've got transaction date, due date, or calendar month. We'll just stick with transaction date and you click load. Now what this will do, Power BI will work with the API to run through the queries that are held in this report and it'll bring back that data in a visual format. So we'll just wait for that to go through. So what you'll see here is once the data is all being pulled through and all the queries are being completed, you'll see your dashboard. And this just shows the extent of what the API can do when it integrates with Power BI. Now, granted, our education demo data doesn't have much data in. Depending on obviously how much data you have, the queries can take quite a while. So please just bear with it and just allow it to go through. Now, if you decide that with the Power BI report, you actually want to start making your own report, you can do. The best thing to do is to make a copy of the existing report as it's already got the custom connector built in. So what we'll do is we'll go to File, we'll go to Save As. And what I'll do is I'll just call this Test Report. And we'll save that. So once that's saved, to add any additional queries into the Power BI report, what you'll do is you click on the Transform Data button up here. That will then bring you into Power BI's Power Query Editor. You'll see on the left-hand side, these are the queries that actually exist within the current report. And what we can do is we can add another endpoint or another query into this left-hand side to pull in further information. So what I'll do in this example is I'll just pull in the bank information. So you right-click on customers, choose duplicate, and you'll see this called customers too. All we're going to do is we're going to right-click on it and then rename. And what we'll do is we'll call this one banks. What you'll then want to do at the top is once you've got your banks set there, is you click on Advanced Editor at the top. And what this is the query that will be executed when the API communicates to pull back all that information. So what we're going to do is change that second line. So instead of saying source API query customer views, is we'll just change it to say source API query banks null. And we click done. So what you see is once we've saved that query editor, that returns all the banks that are associated with the company and all the information that is available as part of that bank's endpoint. Now, all the information that you need on the endpoints that are available to you are available in the link on screen now. I'll also include a link in the description, but depending on what you want to see, you'll need to visit the Sage 200 API documentation. Now, just to explain a little bit more in the advanced editor, there's 3 parameters in the API query. So the first one is bank, so that's your actual endpoint. The second one we set to null, but that was where you'll set your optional filters. And your third one is also null, or that's where you set your optional query parameters. Again, if you want to know more about the query parameters that are available with the API, you'll need to look at the API documentation. And that's it. So that's how you add in further information into your Power BI reports. So now that you've set up Power BI and you've edited the report, what you can look forward to next is setting up and using Microsoft Power Automate. And like I said, that'll be covered off in 3 separate videos. So creating the Azure application, creating a custom connector, and setting up one of the demonstration Power Automate routines, as well as editing it. So thanks very much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.